So I'm just gonna start. Okay. Did you?
Word it?
Oh no. Okay, so thank you for your time today. I'm going to be asking you a few questions. You don't really have to be obliged to be strict about this everything. So I'm just doing a series of interviews for people who visited me at the house in Izu, and also at the same time I'm trying to find out what is interesting about doing a homestay or doing in this case a WWOOF and maybe doing working holidays, those kind of things, so without further ado, I would like you to we'll just keep on going and get to it. The questions I want to ask today, I actually don't have the list of questions right here. Do you remember what questions I wanted to ask you?
Maybe I just talk about why I come to Japan first.
Okay, excellent.
Actually, I'm now having a working holiday in Japan, and then I attended my visa last year in September, and then I was told that I have to enter Japan within 3 months after I got the working holiday. And I originally planned to come here in early March, but because of the coronavirus, and then I agreed that Japan will impose a lockdown soon, so that I come here 1 month earlier, in the earlier of February, and then until now I think I have been living here for over 5 months.
So you moved into Sharehouse Yugawara, this facility?
No. At first, I was working in ryokan in Yugawara, and I find this job through a Taiwan agent, and then I have an online interview before I came to Japan, and then they offer me this job and arrange me to come to Yugawara, and because at first I have no idea on which part of Japan that I have to choose to live, because I don't have much idea on the difference between each part of Japan, and that's why I tried to find a job at first, and then they arranged me to come to Yugawara, and then then starting from April, I find this share house through an Airbnb, and then I come here maybe 3 times a week, and then we do some farming activities.
Okay. Now I understand. So you got the working holiday visa last September, and then you moved to Japan in February, but the COVID situation struck, so you decided to move here.
Yeah, because the job of the ryokan, the contract ends at late of May, and then afterward I found another new job, and also moved in there. I have to find another place to live, and then I moved into this share house.
Okay.
Yeah, originally the place that I'm living in is a hostel, the ryokan.
Okay. Then how did you find this place?
And starting from April, I should say, because of the virus, and I don't really need to work every day, and then I have a lot of spare time, and then I try to search from the internet if any activity nearby that I can join, and then I find a Uber.
Uber?
Uber. WWOOF.
WWOOF.
Oh, WWOOF.
WWOOF. Yeah. It's called WWOOF. Yes.
Oh, WWOOF. And then WWOOF. And then I find that WWOOF is a platform for people that can meet some farmers and do some farming activities. And then I join this, and then I meet the owner who also having a share house, and then I then help him to do some farming activity like planting vegetables and fruit, or raising chicken and goats, and this kind of experience is I can't really experience in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Because Hong Kong is like a city, and then people are just only work for money, work and money, and we can't really have living in our own pace. So this kind of experience is really novel to me.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I have read that in Hong Kong is one of the the most busiest cities in the world.
Just like Tokyo.
It's like Tokyo, and then in some cases maybe from the, if you look at the numbers, the number of working hours and the number of hours it takes to commute, the average salary, I guess people's wages, everything is just like higher. It's like up there in the list when it's so it's the busiest, I guess, city in the world, and so you have to kind of get away from it.
Like every city is like this, and then now Yugawara is a kind of suburb and countryside, and people are more connected with neighbors. Or like when we get out of our house, we can just greet and say good morning to the neighbors, even though you don't know him or her. But in Hong Kong, when we get out of our house, we don't really greet to people nearby, and we just walk and then go to work or go to school and like this. And I think, and also what shocked me the most is at first I came to this share house, like nobody will lock their door or window when they get out. But in Hong Kong, we have to lock all our windows and doors before getting out, because there is somebody who will break into the house or steal things. So I'm not really used to it at first, but now it's getting better.
Yes. I think people in general in the countryside in Japan tend to lock doors less, because of the assumptions that everybody else is benevolent, they're very behaving, well, according to social rules. In what ways do you think people are more open or like more connected? You have like random neighbors that you met?
Like actually, when I just came to Japan, I was intended to join some Japanese lessons, but because of the virus, all school shut down, and I don't have a chance to attend a Japanese class. And then from that time, I tried to find some labor who want to do some language exchange, and then I now have a labor who learn Chinese from me, and also I have a piano teacher here, and he also teach me some music terms in Japanese, and in return I teach him some basic English. Yeah, and I think this kind of skill or language exchange is something like we cannot experience in Hong Kong. That Hong Kong people try to attain everything by using pay money for it, but this kind of language exchange is like not only to exchange a skill, but also you can, through this kind of exchange, you can know more about the person that living nearby and more connected. In this kind of activities that I really like.
Interesting. So you find that there's alternative ways, like I guess in cities like Hong Kong, it's pretty much the same thing in Tokyo, but everything has to be done by money. But here, there are some things that you do by money, but there are some interactions that you kind of do in exchange, which also kind of leads to a more intimate, closer relationships. Like it's
more like
sometimes
give and take, and also the farming activities, like we plant some vegetables and fruits, and then when we get the blueberries or strawberries or plums, then we can give it to our neighbors, and then in return our neighbor will give us something back, and this is like strengthen our relationship.
The practice of like omiyage or like otsusobake, the gift giving, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. is there a you don't have a gift giving culture in Hong Kong, or?
Yes, we do have,
Okay.
but not the things that we can make by ourselves. Maybe people were used to buy a food or buy something that use money and then to send it to friends
Yes.
or neighbors.
That is true.
Yes, but
you are right.
here
Yeah.
we do some maybe DIY or maybe we plant our own food
Mhm.
and then we give it to our neighbors.
Coming to think of that, you're right. That is something I haven't noticed. I have been living out of the city for about 4 years now, and I think customarily, like in the city, you would buy something that you can buy out of the store. It looks nice. It's in a box.
It doesn't really take time.
Right.
You can just settle it by money.
Yeah.
But in here, we really have to use our heart for time to make something. To
You're right.
produce
You're right.
something.
You're right.
Yes.
People share things that they made themselves,
Yeah.
which is totally appropriate.
Yeah.
Like in Tokyo, people would be scared to eat things that other people made, just because they are,
Can I
so
really
sophisticated.
eat this?
Yes, but you're right. Yeah, here you get to eat other people's homemade cooking and homemade vegetables. Oh, that's very interesting. I never really took notice of that. Wow. Okay. So you started making, I guess, kind of friendships with these people that you meet, like doing piano lessons and exchanging food items and cooking items. What do you have any memorable episodes during your stay? It doesn't have to be like anything that's like heartwarming.
Yeah, actually, the things that I have just mentioned are all memorable episodes for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think the part I like the most is the maybe farming part, farming activities, because I really haven't, because Hong Kong is lacking of land use.
Mm-hmm.
They really have very agricultural farmland, something like this. But here, this is the first time that I can plant my own potatoes from growing the seed and then watch it to grow and then harvest it at last. And also raising the chicken, like looking it to break their shell, the egg, and then come in an infant and then grow to an adult chicken like this. And this is really novel to me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I think everybody here, the more and more you go to the rural areas of Japan, there's always a family member or there's always a relative that does farming. So farming is very natural to everybody here, right? Everybody knows to do something. It's almost like, I don't know what it is. It's almost like being able to make a phone call. Being able to farm is like the equivalent to being able to make a phone call or turn on the TV.
I like to say, people living in suburb area are more like to cherish the things that they have.
Okay.
Or like the furniture or anything that is broken, they will try to repair it rather buying something new.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's Hong Kong people are not like this.
Oh, they just wanna resolve it with money.
Yeah, everything I resolved it with money.
It's very interesting. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, so thank you, and then let's get on to the next question. Well, you talked about the people here in Naka, and So I guess you've talked more of I guess everything that I wanted to kind of ask. Is there anything else you want to add?
Maybe I would talk about something like why I want to choose Japan to be married.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good one.
Yeah, because at first I was originally I studied music in university.
Oh yes.
And that time I joined maybe like amateur Japanese orchestra
Mhm.
in Hong Kong,
Mhm.
and in there I met a lot of Japanese,
Mhm.
and then that's why I try to learn Japanese,
Mhm.
and then like I have learned around several years,
Mhm.
and then I want to know more about the Japanese living style,
Mhm.
like the way that they communicate with the society or
Mhm.
with friends or with
Mhm.
colleagues,
Mhm.
or the food that they eat every day, or the activity that they will do in their leisure time.
Mhm.
Because I cannot experience this if I just come to Japan
Mhm.
for traveling like for a few days or few weeks.
Mhm.
And then that's why I choose Japan to be my working holiday destination.
Mhm.
I come here and my visa valid for 1 year,
Mhm.
and for these 5 months I really experienced a lot, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 months. 5 months.
No, just 5 months.
5 months. Okay.
From February to around July.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that kind of shocked you, like thing that you assumed before you came to Japan, but was different?
Yes, actually I planned a lot of things at first, but now everything is off the track.
Okay. Okay. Oh. So it's the pandemic that was the shock.
At first I wanted to, when my ryokan contract ends, I want to do the Olympic job.
Oh yes, yes, yeah.
Because now of the coronavirus and the Olympics extend to maybe next year, and then that's why I have to find another job myself, and then when I try to come here, I explore the people or the place or the activity nearby, and then I think I have grown a lot during this 5 months.
Okay.
Yes, become more independent, maybe not really that shy. Yeah.
Oh. So maybe next year you can apply for that Olympic job. At the end of your.
Hope so, but
yeah.
my visa expires this year February. But I don't know when the Olympics. Yeah.
I think they would start early. The games are going to be in the summer, so they have to start to get ready before that. Yeah.
Then I will come back again as a tourist if I can't extend my visa.
Okay. yeah. At the worst case scenario. Okay, so for the time being, which do you prefer? This countryside Inaka or the city?
Yeah, for living in a city for over 20 years, and I think I prefer a suburb area, Inaka more.
Okay.
I really like the tension and the cohesion between people.
Okay.
Like
so it's just about right.
Yes. But not about money. And so this kind of concept that I really like about Inaka. And especially in Yugawara, the place that I'm living at right now, it's like when you open the window, you have a mountain view and you also have the sea view.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
But in Hong Kong, if you buy a house that has mountain view and the sea view at the same time, there's where the price will be.
The price, yeah. Okay, right. So that's interesting. So everything in a city or everything in cities like Hong Kong, the first line of the conversation is always going to be about money.
Yes.
Just money. Money comes first before everything.
Yes.
But then here, the stories, like different kind of things, comes first, and then there's always going to be some money. I mean, talks about money, here and there, but that's not really the first thing that comes up. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Oh. All right. But you're right. I think we're almost kind of wasted, because not wasted. Spoiled in a way, because you get the ocean view and the mountain view, and then you can go jogging around the rivers and everything. Well, I said spoiled, but I don't really think so, because 200 years ago, this was true in every city or every town. Yeah, right. So yeah, we're going back to what was normal, I guess. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So that's about it. Anything else you want to add, or anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's it. So thank you for your time, and hopefully this will get used for people's reference. Okay. じゃあありがとうございました。
はい。